Hey folks, this is Jeff and this week at JTT. Happy Saturday afternoon. You want to talk about January 6th? Let's talk about it. There's a lady who's, if I'm correct, is doing some type of broadcast, I think by PBS, if I'm correct. And she has, Donald Trump say, well, he pardoned the rioters on January 6th. And he said, and I quote, if they're innocent. Keywords, if. He didn't say, I'm going to pardon them and end of story. He said, if they are found to be innocent. If they found guilty, it's out of their hands. It's out of their hands. But you brought up a very powerful point. What about the other protesters? And the woman I talk about, I'll talk about this. So you want to talk about January 6th, but what happened turns what happened, years before January 6th, you don't want to talk about that. The rioting. They're mostly peaceful protests behind a burning building. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. And what's going on now with these protesters over the Israel-Hamas war, they're facing landmarks in a way that it can never be fixed. What about them? You want to talk about January 6th? January 6th, and don't get me wrong, if there was lawbreaks on January 6th, they should be in prison. But stick around, folks. Stick around. You guys see this. You got to hear this. I'm going like, wow, this is not right. This is not fair. But I wait for more people to come on the stream. So anybody who comes to the stream, please come on. Tell me your thoughts. And, let's just do this. Plain and simple, let's just do this. Right now, I'm still trying to get some more information about, like I said, it's kind of funny they want to talk about pardoning the riots on January 6th. And this is what this woman says. That he actually would pardon the rioters who assaulted police officers during the 60 years Capitol. Don't get me wrong. And he said, if they're innocent. He was quoting saying, if they're innocent. If they're guilty and there's evidence and all that stuff, then there's nothing to do about it. But if they're innocent, if they're just there and arrested, then why are they still in prison? It's like if someone that shows up and all that stuff, he's arrested. It's one thing the person actually assaulted an officer. The law is to the law. If they assaulted a police officer, of course they go to jail. Maybe for a few short years, maybe for a long time. Depending how bad the injuries they perpetrate against the officer, they should go to jail. They should go to prison. There's no debate about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I agree. I totally agree. Hold on here. But it's kind of amazing that they had no problem going on January 6th, but for some reason, what happened the time when the cities in the United States were being burned because of rioters, looters, is like Thanos. One snap of the finger, everybody forgets. Or what's happening for the current protest during the Israel-Hamas war and all that, and once again, property being defaced, cops being injured, you hear nothing. But the irony is a few years beforehand, when rioting and looting take place, people got shot and killed. But I'm going to show you something later on, make it question things, and you should question it. There are people who are when the riots took place after Trump was elected, people were being bailed out. People with very extensive criminal records. Oh, you heard what I said. Even I'm going you can't be serious. But yet, we don't want to talk about it. We do not want to talk about that whatsoever. And for some reason, because Trump, could bail out rioters who is deemed innocent, if the judge say, okay, you're innocent, why should he not bail them out? Because they're there? If that's the case, there's hundreds of thousands of people 4 years after Trump, during the time when Trump was elected, they should be in jail right this second, if that's the case. Those people who pretty much vandalize, the Capitol building area should be in prison right this second. Once again, their own standard. Rules for thee, but not for me. And people are getting tired of it. I also find it very funny. People say, oh, Kamala Harris is a new savior. Let's elect her because she's a black woman. Are you serious? They tried that formula with Hillary Clinton. And guess what? Hillary Clinton is far more qualified for Kamala Harris. I'm not saying because I'm a Hillary fan. I'm not. It's fact and it's the truth. Hillary was a former first lady to Bill Clinton. She was involved in the political arena for years and in great depth. In my opinion, one of the big ones, one of the big scandals that make people look at her sideways and question her intentions is what happened at Benghazi. I know people say, oh, Benghazi so long ago. Okay. And Benghazi is not that big a deal. How come the gag is still there? How come no one's talking about it? How come people are not allowed to talk about what really happened in Benghazi? Who gave the stand down orders? Yeah, people said that the stand down order was given and the Benghazi situation was kept silent because there was a re-election for Obama. Because if that was the case, so you mean to tell me Obama's election is more important than getting our ambassador and our men and women out of, if I'm correct, out of Libya? If I'm correct, is that what I'm hearing? But they don't want to talk about it, and they'll argue every which way. And it seems like they're trying harder and harder to take out Trump. The only good news to hear that the former director resigned because often enough she did a horrible job protecting Donald Trump. But I bet you dollars and donuts, if that was Joe Biden, she'd have triple the number there compared to what she would have for Trump. Because you know it's bad when the average person, the person who's like this there to see Donald Trump cheer him on, when the average people say, hey, there's a guy on the roof, he don't belong there. And when they say that, they're going like, wow, that's serious. And Donald Trump pretty much effectively saved his own life. Had to make a turn, and that's when the first bullet went flying. Now people say, but wait a minute, this kid's a Republican. Can I tell you something, folks? It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. When Trump got impeached the first time, and I forgot how many Republicans were there, but there were at least about what? Maybe 5, 10, 12 Republicans who was for Trump's impeachment. They were the people who voted for Trump to be impeached. These are the never Trumpers. You know what's a funny irony? The same Republicans who voted for Donald Trump to be impeached, they suffered politically. They claim they don't care. Wonder why they don't care? They made their money. So basically, whatever business devils they have in mind to set in motion so they can walk away richer. Isn't it kind of funny, though? They say like, oh, Donald Trump's doing it for money. Number one, the guy's a billionaire. If anything, he's losing money, but I bet you bottom dollar this. After he gets reelected, after he gets elected from the election that was stolen from him. Yeah, you heard what I said. After he gets elected from the election that was stolen from him 4 years earlier, once he serves his time in office as president, you're going to tell me he's not going to be asked for whatever price he wants as a speaker? Book deals? You know it's going to be book deals, and I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a movie out about this. Because the one thing that struck my mind is that iconic picture of Donald Trump with his fist held up high after he got shot, blood dripping across his face. American flag in the background? Dude, that is iconic. And you can't tell me otherwise. You know, and let's see anybody there, though. Anybody else showed up. People still waking up and all that stuff. But you're not going to tell me that's not iconic. I'm still going like, wow, unbelievable. What we got here? View this, But like I said, you got that. But here's my thing. You think I'm capping about what happened the 4 years before Trump was elected? Hold on. Because once they get started, I'm not going to stop. Because this whole thing is just plain out ridiculous. See, so I can find it first. Oh yeah, yeah. If I get this correct, I'm gonna show you this one as well. Cause like, trust me, I'm gonna run for the game, and I'm going like, here we go. Time out. So how's everyone doing? What's going on with you folks? See what this video says here. Kamala Harris. I got a question for you folks. What does Kamala Harris stand for other than being a black female? I thought she was another race altogether, but she's a black female. And everybody's like, oh, you gotta vote for Kamala Harris. She tried to get on the black side. So you know, but I can't tell you this, especially in California, people said, nope. I would black women say, nope. They fell for it once with Hillary Clinton, not doing it again. And I know California is so done with her. I tell you why. One man was in prison by her. I'm not sure, 5-10 years. And she was there, I think, both times when he got prosecuted. And now they're getting me a lot of money because of false trumped up charges. Are you serious? Hold on a second, make sure I got this correct. Yep. So how's everyone doing? How are things going? And anybody from any other state, give me a shout. I want to know, like, if you're from a different state other than Pennsylvania. I want to hear especially for people in California. That's my biggest thing. If you're from California, if you can see this, people from California, I especially want to hear from you because, like, I feel bad for you guys. I mean, like, all the liberal states is pretty messed up, but California is screwed. California is the poster child of dystopian state. And I mean it every sense of the word. The laws are crazy, the taxes are high. And now, if I heard correctly, though, they want to create cars starting from 2026 with kill switches controlled not by us. They claim they want to stop drunk drivers. Are you sure about that? Like say, like, well, there's an energy crisis here, and these cars are run by electricity. Number one, you're going to make every American buy an electrical car? Don't hold your breath. Even if some cars that are not electrical, what make it think they want to buy those cars? You sure about that? You try to make every American buy an electrical car. The way the economy is right now, I'm going to say about over 90 to 99% of Congress is high for even thinking that, you know what, we should make every American buy an electric car. It's not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen. So you can what? The mics say like, hey, we're using too much electricity. Let's stop these cars at this state, that state, that state. No. And the funny thing is, Congress gets so nervous when it comes to guns. There's a reason why people fought so hard for the Second Amendment, and that's to keep the government honest. You're going to tell me the government's not going to abuse their powers? Okay. Give me one good reason why the government's not going to abuse their powers. Why? On the threat of elections? We already know how that's going to go. Believe me. You see, the Democrats had a taste of real power when COVID came to town and tried to turn COVID into the black plague of death in the 21st century. While yes, it's bad, it's serious. My thing with this with COVID, though, well, yes, it's real, but I believe that it's kind of convenient that it's there during an election year. Too convenient. That's one. And two, and here's the part that I don't get, though. How is it they will actually threaten you to take away your job, take away your benefits, if you don't take the shot? And I'm not going to lie, I took the shots 3 times. I vowed never again. That's bull. How come they force us by threat by jobs and all that if we don't take the shot? But we got possibly tens of millions of people in our country who wasn't vetted to see if they had the shot. I can promise you they didn't have the shot. And I wouldn't be surprised to be a huge upspike of certain COVID. Now, here's the thing about COVID as well. And they said it point blank, it's a greater threat to the elderly and people with weak immune systems. It's when you will get tested, you say, okay, this person's affected, keep them away. Okay, fine. If the person's immune system is strong enough, it'll fight it off. Why is some sick mad scientist try to create a stronger bug but it's more fatal? Why want to do that unless it's intentional? Call me conspiracy theorists and all that stuff. But overall, and somebody said it, it was on video. You could try to backtrack what have not, but they want to reduce the population of humans. So they want to play God. We are in the last days. There's no question, there's no debate about that at all. Right now, like that one, certain videos like things been going on. I'm going like, this is what's going on, and people are shocked and surprised. You know, like I said, they admitted that if they knew what the deal is with Hunter, they'd be less inclined to vote for Biden. But here we are. Another irony too, I got to add as well, is that they threw everything at Donald Trump, and I mean everything. But going back to the shooter real briefly, though, if I remember correctly, this kid, and I'm not going to mention the kid's name because he don't deserve his name and to be highlighted. I'm done with that. I'm tired of hearing about these shooters. They have that 5 minutes of fame. He deserves 0 minutes of fame. The only type of minutes of fame he's going to get is eternal. He got to deal with God. He got to be the one going on. He's one of the many people who did wrong. He got to look up the guy and explain why he did it. We're not going to know the real reason why he got taken out. The moment he failed his shot at Trump, then he got taken out. People have been screaming at the top of their lungs, saying, hey, there's someone on the roof. He might have a weapon. And all of a sudden, the moment that the first shot's fired, then everybody scrambled. Because the first few shots he fired and missed, then the snipers had 0 choice but to fire. How on earth could snipers miss that? How? How could Secret Service miss that? Please explain that to me. How? As within a zone that they should be able to see with no problem. These Secret Service agents say, but can I tell you something, folks? Isn't it kind of weird? When Trump left office, when Biden was installed, all the Secret Service agents that was originally protecting Trump was fired or was told to leave. Everybody else installed is via Biden. But there's no plan. Trump requested more security. He was denied. And you saw what happened. And the former Secret Service director, Stonewall like crazy. She tried to get and she had no choice but to take responsibility. She had no choice. I believe her name is Kimberly Cheadle, I think. She had no choice but to take responsibility. She had no choice. Questions like, did she get did she get a good severance package? But here's a question. What if God forbid Donald Trump was taken out? How big would severance package be had he been taken out? Would it be much bigger than what she got when she had to quit? Something to think about. Something to think about here, folks. Something to think about. It's very sad. It's very, very sad indeed. Hold on a sec. Oh yeah, this is what I'm trying to find right here as well, because so I gotta find this. If I'm correct. Oh yeah, I see one possibility. And the other one. Let's see. So I gotta find this one here. Yep, 4 years of hate from Grizzly Media. 4 years of silence by Democrats. Shocker. Shocker. Big shocker. See what we got. And one of the people in the comments said, I guarantee nobody on the left remembers this at all. To them, it never happened. And which is funny. That is very funny. I'll probably like to be surprised of that, but I'm not that surprised. Not at the least. It was as if Thanos came back here, snapped his fingers, and nothing happened. Nothing at all. Wow. Okay. Oh, please tell me. Please tell me this. Hmm. She's being very evasive, so yeah, very smart. She didn't specify protest. She didn't say protest at all. She just did cut off right there. That's very smart. But let me see if I can find this one here, because I know there's some videos of people saying stuff. Hold it. Okay, we got something here. And all the video clips you're gonna be seeing, don't worry, I'm gonna post them up too. It's gonna be a lot of video clips. So I can download this one here, because that one looks powerful. This is from Cowboy.vamp 7000. And this is called, like, this is really saying right there. This is Michael Joseph. Send this clip to the view. Oh, that should be amusing. I can't wait for this to get downloaded, because I'm going like, yeah, I'm posting this as well. Because it has to be said. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like rules for thee, not for thee. Really? No. They did an experiment on a person. It's a messed up experiment, and the scary part, it was effective. And this is how it went. If I'm remembering correctly, I forgot when exactly, but you got 17 CIA agents and one civilian. The civilian had no clue about the CIA agent. It was a simple test from the classroom. And simple test is like, you know, there's a piece of paper on the desk. And when you flip it open, you got to identify what it is. Now, the Secret Service agents was told to say, and the first shape was like of a triangle. But they was told, instructed to say it's a square. Now, it's a triangle, period, 3 sides. But the Secret Service agent said it's a square. So the teacher said, like, if the classroom setting was right there, you got 18 people, 17 CIA agents, and 1 civilian. And the teacher, who's also part of the scam, asked everybody in the classroom to turn over their papers. Every person down the row said, please tell me what's the shape of this. He showed the triangle. What is the shape? And all the CIA agents said, it's a square, it's a square, it's a square. Now, there's one civilian his brain says it's a triangle. But because everyone says it's a square, he says it's a square. Moral of the story is that this person don't want to be the odd one out and look crazy. But folks, now's not the time to be afraid to stand on your own and use your own common sense and go by your own judgment and use your own instincts. I don't care how many different, just because majority of people say like the grass is blue, the grass is blue. You know what as I do, that grass is green. You heard. I don't care if 99% of the population say, hey, the grass is blue, the grass is blue. Unless that grass is painted blue, it's green. It could be several shades of green and all that stuff, but unless it's painted a different color, it's green, not blue. In other words, though, if people want to live in their delusions and all that stuff, let them. By all means. I'll be the last person to say, like, well, it's not. No, let them live in their delusion. Let them have it. Do you want to live in this delusional world? By all means, go for it. I'll be the last human being to tell them that, don't live. No, go ahead. Live your delusion. I'm not going to stop you. By all means, knock yourself out. By all means, knock yourself out. Finally, if this is what I think it is, I'm definitely going to get this one here. Here we go. Yes. But we should not be afraid to stand up for what is right. And it's not easy. It's where the odds are against us. But here's reality, though. As it stands right now, the people in power right now are stacking the cards against Trump very high. Think about it, folks. Trump, I lost track of how many indictments Trump got hit with. I lost track. I thought it'd be 5. It might be like 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows? He get hit with all these indictments. People are clamoring for Trump. I know he got hit with at least 2 impeachments. People is clamoring for Trump. He has his mugshot looking hard as ever. You know, people in the black community is going to be pro-Trump right there, saying like, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. There are people's like, and there's other people, I'm not going to pick the word and say, that's my N-word. That's my N-word. I'm thinking like, whoa, I'm out here. Clinton didn't get that type of love, and I'm not sure Obama got that type of love either. Wow. And you know it's a big deal. 50 Cent, Trump's friend, he did a concert. In the back, there was a huge poster of like, there would be a picture of him. There's Trump's face over Diddy, not Diddy. I'm sorry. I don't want to insult Trump like that. Don't send the Secret Service agent after me. I'm sorry. It's a huge poster of 50 Cent up there, but the head is Trump. Because like he took the shell like 50 Cent. And that's gangster right there. Trump effectively saved his life that day. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because if I could find this, and I show you folks, it's about to get interesting here. I promise you. I mean, like I said, the double standard is getting old. Plans is really, really getting old, really getting tiring. And the American people are tired of it. And I can't blame them. Can't blame them one bit. So I can find this. Yeah, I found this one. Finally, that breaks my heart. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, let me refresh this real quick. So, before I forget, how's everyone doing? Like I said, this is. I've been in some strange times and all this stuff, but right now, this is the strangest time ever. I thought the 80s and the 90s was crazy. No. I can tell you right now, the 80s and 90s are not crazy. Right about now, the 21st century, just look back at the 80s and 90s and said, hold my beer. And I wish I was exaggerating, but it's the truth. You talk to a person been around since the late 60s, at least 1968 and all that. Hold on a quick sec. Over here. Oh, it's done, folks. Just hold on tight. I'm still upset for what I saw. Like at terms of protesters with the Israeli-Hamas war, they are defacing property like the Liberty Bell, all sorts of landmarks, saying like the threat of Hamas in the United States. Are you serious? But you know the scary thing, folks? You know it's really terrifying? The amount of illegals in this country, I won't be surprised if Hamas is here. I will not be one bit surprised. He just swung open the border gates. He just unleashed chaos. And you surprised that crime has been going through the roof? And what here instead of law and order, we should make a path of citizenship for these people. What were the people who've been here legally? You forgot about them completely. Have you? Have you? I forgot the name of the politician. She's supposed to be a Native American, and she's about as much as Native American as Trump. That's funny. And she calls for the gate path for the citizenship of those people. My question: what are the people who is here legally, who is yet to be made Americans? I said you better make them Americans first. But you know what? And I called it. The moment Biden was elected, we went from being America first to America dead last. What Kamala Harris going to do? Is you think she's going to bring a law and order? Don't hold your breath there. I have yet to hear a word about how she's going to bring law and order. By making things more free and easy for people coming here illegally? Seriously? I could bet you any amount of money, her and her elite colleagues are well protected. I promise you that. They are well protected. And economically, I want anybody with an assignment voice tell me how you benefit greatly from the Build Back operation from Bill Biden, for Bidenomics. Build Back Better. I want to hear from you folks. How's that going? How's that doing? Are you doing good? You make your first million yet? You make your first billionaire for Bidenomics? The only way you can make your first billion Bidenomics unless you're in leagues with Joe Biden himself. And it's kind of funny. These all politicians hate Trump so much, they're making money hand over fist. But no one wants to talk about it. Explain that to me. And like I said, people think got this misconception, like, all the Republicans are lockstep. There's some Republicans who don't want to deal with Trump. That's their choice. The problem is like they are in support of the Democrats. Like I said, there are Republicans who voted for Trump to get impeached. So the fact that this kid is Republican, but his parents are libertarians. And I believe that somebody from the far left got this kid's head and said, Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump could do this, that, and the third. And oh yeah, back to Kamala Harris being this black woman. Can anybody tell me what a woman is? Honestly, and I'm not saying identify as, what is an actual woman? Me say I can help out in that department. And I can guarantee you I catch a lot of smoke for it, but I'm gonna say I gotta help anyway. See. And hopefully they didn't try to screw up if I do what I'm gonna plan to do, there's a lot of people gonna be mad, but I'm sorry, the truth is the truth. I'll make sure that I put this very carefully. So that way people say, oh, you see it? No, I'm going by old school biology. Simple as that. I'll go good old-fashioned Wikipedia. It makes things a little simpler. Let's see, hold on, and booyah. So basically, to make this as simple as possible, a biological woman is a gender with the chromosomes XX. Male, X, I think, Y. And now these days, you got grown men, whole grown men. Just put on a dress, maybe shave your face, put on some makeup, say like, I'm a woman now. Sure, okay. I forgot what talk show was. It's Piers Morgan, I think. He said, "Why can't identify himself as a black female lesbian?" And the black lady next to the guest burst out cracking up. And when the woman said, "That's absurd," and Piers Morgan was like, that's the point. There's stories in here in California about students who will be identified as certain animals, like a cat. Seriously? And the scary part, if you don't reinforce that, you will face some consequences in California. I don't know when this insanity took place. Maybe it's something in the air. Maybe it's something in the water. I don't know when the common sense and sanity took a permanent vacation. It's about as bad as Rome burning, but instead of having 1 Nero playing the violin while Rome was being burned to the ground, you have about a few dozen Neros, which is the politicians, have a whole orchestra out there while the countries descend into madness and chaos. And this is California. We know what the terrifying part? There's other states trying to imitate California. There's some states say, hey, I want what California has. If I was your parents who really care, love your kids, leave California. Do whatever it takes, leave California. If you was a Democrat and they do all these things to you, your kids, you better do yourself a favor. You better ask yourself, is this Democrat, is this political affiliation really do me any good? Do my family good? No, walk away. Walk away. And don't assume the next Democrat is going to do any better. Because they're always trying to fall in line, lock and step, goose stepping, just like all the other Democrats. And don't get me wrong, there's 1 or 2 British Democrats who will stand up and actually fight for the state, fight for the people. In some cases, join forces with some Trump supporters. Yes, they exist. My eyes look funny. My eyes look funny, like almost cross-eyed, but I'm not. I can show you folks, I'm not cross-eyed. Well, I know some people in there today like, no, you have googly eyes for all we care. Ooh, must be the coffee because I feel pretty crazy right now. Okay, what else we have here? So I could finish this up. Hold on here. This is sad. This is so sad. Oh, no. Wait a minute here. This is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. Hold on here. California, surprise, 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 not. Yeah, these links you're not allowed to download. Gee, I wonder why. Because they know I find a way to download it one way or the other because Yep, I agree. This one here is called I Chose Bear. My Joanna. This was just said. Anyone that protests should go live in Gaza, which is Israel land. We'll gladly go to help. Or if only Israel will allow foreign aid. Oh, here we go. What the heck? The difference between like a peaceful protest, which I'm all for. If we do a protest peacefully, respectfully, lawfully, cool. But you start vandalizing and trashing places, nah, that's why I have a problem with that. I don't care, you Democrat, Republican, you start trashing places, guess what? You deserve to be thrown in jail. Period. I don't care what anyone says. Plain and simple. And the funny thing, you don't see this type of coverage. You don't see coverage like that. And this is what it says right here, if I'm looking correctly. This is from for U.S. Army veteran. This is breaking. Pro-Palestinian protesters are clashing with Metro DC police outside the Democratic National Committee headquarters, Washington, D.C., November 15, 2023. But you don't hear too much about it, though. You might hear one or two things, but Fox is not afraid to go right ahead and say it, that this is going on now. But it never ceases to amaze me, though. It doesn't. And don't even know I'm gonna do other what's this? Go over here. Yeah, the more I look at these other videos, the more disgust I get, the more ashamed I am. You know, like I said, you could protest peacefully. I'm for that. I got a question for you folks. Let me see if I can download this. I got an interesting question for you folks. Like next video, oh gosh, if I could download this video, I'm gonna show you this because I can't help but to be upset about it. I can't help but to shake my head about it. You know, it seems like rules are made for us, but for everybody else, you can do whatever you want. For example, say like, hey Jeff, you're not allowed to have this coffee. But everybody else can have coffee. Jeff, you can't drive this type of car, but everybody else can drive this car. I'm thinking, what's going on? Why? Seriously, why? See, this is it. See, this it? Oh, yeah. Yes. See. See, so I can find this. Palestine. Okay, Palestine protesters. Hold on. So, like I said, anybody, you know, that's from California, I want to hear from you. Anybody from these liberal cities, I want to hear from you and tell me the real story. I don't hear this whitewash, purify, cleanse narrative like, oh, these liberal cities are doing great, they're doing wonderful. No, I want to hear from the people who try to deal with the stupidity and insanity. I want to hear from you folks. I don't hear about the yes folks. I don't want to hear from the yes nation. I mean, this ain't Daniel Bryan of WWE. No, I don't want to hear about the yes nation. I want to hear from the real world of those liberal cities. Those are the people I want to hear from. Yeah, you guys bear with me one more moment. Check on one more thing before I forget. Yeah, put this in here. Because quite simply, folks, did you have enough yet? Did you had enough? Hold on a sec. Free coupon? I want no free coupon. Seriously, folks? We got here. Free coupons. I'll pass on that one for the moment. Then again, times are hard, so yes, kind of hard to say no to that. So my question is, turns like Kamala Harris being the first Black woman, will she defend the real meaning of being a woman, or any man can identify as a woman and that's it? Did you know that Caitlyn Jenner, formerly of Bruce Jenner, was nominated Woman of the Year, but Caitlyn still has his or her original plumbing. Yes, so all this person needs fake boobs, grow their hair, have makeup, have a little bit of surgery, and still identify as a woman. You're pretty much making God's great creations into a joke, and pretty much giving the Heavenly Father the double barrel middle finger, back at the Heavenly Father. That's not cool. That is just wrong on so many levels, but you people don't take it seriously. My prediction is this. When the time comes, and it will, when God decides to make his move, say like, you know what, it's time. Watch how fast people will scramble. At first, you're gonna say like, "Oh, it's an alien invasion. It's an alien invasion." No, it's not alien invasion. God said, "Okay, you think this is a joke? Guess what? Time's up. Time's up." And people will go into a panic, going like, "Oh, I thought we had more." Nope. You've been told for how many decades? How many decades? And you still won't take this seriously. This is what I'm looking at right now that's getting me sick to my stomach. And this one says, this is from Cat's Meow. It's been done like on May 8th. Free Palestine mob vandalizes memorial for World War I and burns the American flag in front of it. Really? What's it going to take to make you pay attention and up? When the Hamas is actually seen on your soil, stop burning down more properties and killing more U.S. citizens. But wait, let me take that back. And I'm praying that's not it. I don't mean accuse of anything, though. It is not, committing atrocities here. And Hamas has been caught committing atrocities here as it did back in their homeland. Yeah, that'd be the only time that Venezuela will have no choice. They're gonna say, "Oh, you've been radicalized." No, you snuck in this country with pure intentions. You know what the scary part? The terrorists who sneaks in here, they're not gonna commit no terrorist acts today. I promise you. The terrorists who sneaks in today, they're not gonna do a thing. They're gonna do something really smart but terrifying. You're gonna look around. They will get to know the country, all the weak points, all the open soft targets, and they're simply gonna wait. That's all they gotta do because they are super patient. The first to try to take down the World Trade Center, first time I tried in in the early 90s. They say, okay, we made a mistake. We know exactly what to do. And guess what? About 10 years later, they succeeded. They took down the Twin Towers. They didn't say try for another run about the next year. No, they waited. They waited and they planned. I mean, when it comes to planning, they are lethal. So, but the thing is, though, you got the open borders. No one's vetting anybody. It's better you're not vetting anybody in case they got COVID and other diseases we had no cures for or any defense against. But people who are actual criminals, who are threats to the citizens here, especially terrorists, and they don't have to be from the Middle East. How do we know we don't have no cartels ready to take out somebody right now? I don't want to begin to imagine how many different types of cartels who might be in this country right this second. And I know the cartel wasn't being worried about what I had to deal with the law enforcement. They was laughing when Biden just opened the cartel just laughed, pop champagne bottles in, we just walked right in. I can guarantee that's what they did. Because they see Biden and this administration as weak and feckless. And all they gotta do now is simply just wait. There's nothing more terrifying than a person who's a criminal who is really patient. That's terrifying. But you know what? For those who vote for such an administration, that's on you. There's nothing more scary than sitting. The most evil thing that a person can do is that good people standing by doing enough while bad things are happening. That is terrifying. Plain and simple. And when they ask why this happened, because you haven't done a thing. You refuse to stand up, be counted, and do the right thing, which is sometimes the hardest thing you can do. But you're shocked to surprise these horrible things happen. You're shocked to surprise that this is taking place. Let me see, what's this here? Well, England's not safe. England's not safe either. Oh, trust me, what's going on in England is going to be coming to our way soon. Sad. That is really sad. Hold on a sec. So I gotta find it. Gotta find at least one of them. One more shot. Yep. Yeah. Free Palestine while trashing our country. Sure. Okay. Hmm. That's brave. I hope I can save this video. I want to know where that's from, though. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. No, I agree. If there's a man who just grabbed the burning US flag and went running. And I can't believe he got me announced because like he got some psychopaths in there. With the my thing is this though, for those people who's not in this country, if you hate America so much, why are you here? I can tell you why. You hate this country, you hate the flag, you hate the politics, you hate everything about it except the dollars. Oh yeah. This is a land of opportunity. You can make a lot of money, but you hate everything else. If you hate our country so much, go back to your country and do better. You won't. You're like ticks on a very fat cow. You ain't going nowhere. So you can stop the cap. Let's see. But I say big thumbs up to the brave man who went and get the burning flag. I mean, that's hard to do. And in front of a very angry mob, and he would like to go back and get the rest of the flag, but he's not getting that flag back. He's not. Because he tried to go back, get that flag, it would probably cost him his life. And God forbid the man tried to fight back, he'd probably be charged with a hate crime. That is sad to me. That is deeply sad. But this is where we live in. This is the world we live in right now. So, in the meanwhile, hold it. What we got here? Yes, finally got it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Okay. So, let's get down to business here. So, I'm going to pick up some things here so we can talk about some things. And this could be fun. Let's get to it. For example, Kamala Harris. Is she for justice? Is she really is for justice for the American people? Well, there's a story about a young man who was accused of a crime he didn't commit. He was in jail for a long time, and that's kind of sad, really sad. And they had to, compensate him $7 million for a crime he didn't commit, thanks to Kamala Harris. And he was pretty much like not happy for being in jail like that. I think Kamala Harris trying to make a name for herself, and she thinks a joke that, make a long story short, a lot of black people are not happy with Kamala Harris. I gotta find this one here too. Find this one here to perfect good. Here we go. I found it right here. You don't have to like take my word for it. And this is what it says right here. This is from Vice newsletter. Says Kamala Harris prosecutor sentenced innocent man to prison for murder. Now he's talking. Can you blame him? As this name is called, it's called Jamal Trulove almost saw it coming. He figured he might be arrested or at least spend some quality time with police after his friend Sue Kukar was shot and killed one warm night 2007. When someone dies in the hood, everyone feels like they're involved, he explained. During a recent sit-down with Vice at the clubhouse of United Players, a violence prevention nonprofit based in his hometown of San Francisco. California, that's all you need to hear. When someone gets killed, you can plan on getting jacked up by the police regularly. So basically, when someone gets killed, everyone gets shaken down hard. But Trulove made it out of the city's Sunnydale housing projects, his childhood home, where he had learned to record music and spend his years selling CDs out of the trunk of his car. He wanted internet vote to appear on I Love New York 2, a reality show at VH1, though he was kicked off on the first episode. Well, I didn't know that. I heard I Love New York 2. I remember both of them. He had done enough right to relocate in New York City, where he was trying to develop another reality TV project and advance his music career, which is nothing wrong with that. But then he visited the mother of two of his children back in Seaside, California in October 2008. A drone conviction nightmare begun. Now, let me get this straight. This young man left the bad area of California, trying to make a life for himself. And just because he decided to make a decision to go back to California, that's when the nightmare begins. And the hits keep coming. Hold on. So we'll find this here. See. And oh man, that sucks. I feel for this poor guy. Yeah, she'd be forever known for that wicked laugh. So, folks, talk to me. Anybody out there? Oh, like I said, I got a field day here. I think I have enough material now. Wow, I got longer than I thought, though. Okay, where we at right now? Anybody out there? Anybody awake? Must have partied at the previous night. Okay, let's do this. Where do we begin? Like I said, Let's start with January 6th. And this is what Trump said before the January 6th incident took place. Check this out.
Congress, do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Today we will see whether Republicans stand strong for integrity of our elections, but whether or not they stand strong for our country.
You heard that yourself, folks. He said peacefully or patriotically.
And that Congress do
Those
the
in the
right
back.
thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard today.
Okay, you heard it. Peacefully and patriotically. I hear enough about no looting, rioting, violence, or death. Anybody who caused any harm to the cops there, any injuries, they should go to jail. They should go to prison. There's no debate about it. You know, as much like I don't mind a peaceful protest, but if you break the law, cause damage to anything there at DC, or cause injury, especially the cops, you should go to jail. You should go to prison. Period. Period. Simple as that. But they don't want to hear that, of course. They don't want to hear that at all. And a lot of them are in prison right now. But wait a minute here. Stuff is missing here. Stuff is missing. And what am I forgetting? Wait a minute. I think I know what I'm missing here. Hold on a sec. Nope. That's interesting. Oh yeah, hold on a sec. I think I found something here. Very interesting here. If I'm correct, question comes to this. Is Kamala Harris really is for justice? Whose side would she be on? Will she be on your side? Or will she be on her side? You can see for yourself. Seriously, you can see for yourself.
Harris sending this out on X. If you're able to chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota.
Thanks to Harris's promotion, the group reportedly raised $35 million in just a few weeks.
Danica Floyd, charged with second-degree murder for stabbing a friend to death. She got out of jail, too. A twice-convicted rapist, currently charged with kidnapping and sexual assault, and he walks out, too.
The Freedom Fund raked in donations when it was promoted by many, including now Vice President Kamala Harris.
Sean Michael Tillman shot and killed a passenger on a train platform after reportedly being released from jail 3 weeks prior. All thanks to the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
Donovan Boone was charged with breaking into the home of an ex-girlfriend and choking her. Freedom Fund bailed him out for $3,000 cash, and he hasn't shown up for court since.
Gee, who's surprised? I'm not.
I often don't even look at a charge specifics when I bail someone out.
The Hennepin County attorney called out the Minnesota Freedom Fund for bailing.
Hold it. What he said again? No, what was that again?
And he hasn't shown up for court since.
I often don't even look at a charge specifics when I bail someone out.
The Hennepin County attorney called out the Minnesota Freedom Fund for bailing Mosley out of jail twice previously, even though he was arrested for having a gun in the courthouse.
The Minnesota.
How do you have a gun that? How you pull that off? Damn, metal detectors, also security. How you get a gun in the courthouse?
Freedom Fund,
which pays cash bail for low-income criminals, paid Tims's entire $10,000 bail in cash.
11 days later, police found a man bleeding from the head and ears in this alley. Police were able to arrest Tims in connection to this violent assault.
Howard was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. The Minnesota Freedom Fund acknowledged supporting Howard's bail.
Surprise, surprise. That's all I'm going to say. Surprise, surprise. But Kamala Harris is for the people. Right. Right. Minnesota Freedom Fund, huh? Sounds like another thing I'll look into. But that's unbelievable. So go find it. And this is what it says here, the Minnesota Freedom Fund. The Minnesota Freedom Fund, and this is from Wikipedia, is a nonprofit organization that operates to bail out, of course, yep. It's founded in 2016, based in the U.S. cities of Minneapolis. The organization pays bail for people who have been arrested and awaiting trial. Initially, a small organization with $10,000. Shocker. So let me put this on Wikipedia. Okay. And instead of me boring you with the details, blah, 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 I'll let you look it over and you decide. You know, I already got my opinion over how I don't trust it, but you folks can decide what you think about the Minnesota Freedom Fund. Do not be afraid to leave your comments down below. As well as talk about what is a woman. Do not be afraid to leave the comments down below about that. You know, maybe on the live stream or any other place on my YouTube page. And if things go right, hopefully by the end of the year, I'll try to expand more deeply into X and hopefully the Instagram. I try to expand. Oh my goodness, that's just ridiculous beyond words. Hold it. And I found more information about the Trump shooter. I'm not going to go into details about this person's name and all that, but they show pictures of law enforcement on the roof after Trump got shot. Shocker. Homeland Security hearing on Tuesday. This is like after like they did the whole hearing stuff and all that. But the only I don't get though, you were told there was someone on the roof who had no business on the roof. But for some reason though, you were super slow to respond. I'm sorry. If there's a person running for president and someone give you the word like, hey, there's someone on the roof who should not be there. Okay, this is what I found right here. This is from Associated Press. And wake up Trump's assassination attempt, investigators search for clues around the motive. I'm not gonna get the person's name here. So basically, they found somebody acting all sorts of strange, and a tip sparked affected search, but you know about this person's attention, but you guys can get to it. The Secret Service should have been had the place locked down so tight. Our cockroach can't get in here, but somehow this guy got in. Wow. Some call it like a potential act of domestic terrorism. People say, well, he's a Republican. It doesn't make sense. No, it's a lot more deeper and way more complex than that. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going, wow. Because this is enough to make it go, holy moly, this is insane. This is from Associated Press here. This was said, the person, the would-be assassin, had bomb-making materials in his car. Makes me kind of wonder, though, like, if he failed to do his job, do his assassination attempt, he might, car bomb this, the event? Acted alone. I'm not buying that for a second. All I know is like somebody got to this dude, and some reason he wants being, being like a regular, supposedly Republican, to where he want to take out Trump. Something happened. Something don't seem right. And this is where I'm starting calling cap on the so-called law enforcement Secret Service agents there. Several rally goers reported to local officers that this assassin, this so-called assassin, was acting suspicious and pacing near magnetometers. According to the law enforcement officials who spoke on anonymity, because they're not allowed to talk about it, they said this person climbed a ladder. Okay, here's the thing. If you climb a ladder, that means go to a high vantage point, take a shot at Trump. Duh. Okay, right now try to figure out what make this person's motive. That's what I'm trying to look into. This according to this person, I'm not gonna mention the person's name. I refuse to. But this said chatting app Discord, a social media platform popular with people playing online games. He had an account based on it rarely, but used it rarely, nothing less than months. And this is what it says here. This is why you can't go by like, well, he's Republican, is not that serious. It's not from the left. Doesn't matter though. You got other Republicans who voted for Trump to be impeached, so it doesn't matter there. And this is what it says here. This person was registered as a Republican voter in Pennsylvania. But here's where things get weird. But federal campaign finance reports also show he gave $15 to a progressive political action committee on January 20th, 2021. Pretty much after Biden got voted in. Yeah, the day Biden was sworn in office. I'm still reading the Associated Press information. This person graduated from Bethel Park High School in 2022. And he's like an unassuming young kid. Let's call it, he's an unassuming kid. But like I said, I'm still gonna mention his name because he do not deserve his name up in lights. No, I refuse to do that. And his alma mater, his high school, is gonna cooperate and talk about this guy's character. And this person was given an award for math and science. Okay, all right then. Okay, this is gonna mess with you. This is shades of Lee Harvey Oswald here. This person tried out for the school's rifle team, but was turned away because he was a bad shooter. Went away, yeah, because Trump is still alive. So yeah, if this kid was a good shooter, Trump would not be here. So yeah, I'm glad he was a horrible shooter. Oh boy. Yep. Some ways like light shades of Columbine in a way. And this is what it says here. This person was bullied at school and sat alone at lunch. Other students mocked him for the clothes he wore, including hunting outfits. He was bullied almost every day. He was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. This is why you need anti-bullying laws. You need anti-bullying, things in there in school. Because some for the reason, though, look at Columbine. I forgot the two boys' names and all that. They got bullied. One of the students said, "Oh, we bully because we hate them." That's stupid. That told me that nobody is thinking and nobody cares. But when something happens, they're all shocked and surprised. You bully a person long enough, they're not going to care about their lives. But the problem with that is they don't care about their lives. What makes you think they're going to care about your life? And the funny part, this person was squeaky clean. Keyword was. He wanted to be a squeaky clean person and go down in history for being this generation Lee Harvey Oswald. And this person here used an AR style rifle. Oh, here we go. Again, they're going to take the AR rifle. Leave the arms alone. Leave the law-abiding citizens alone with the guns. There will come a time you're going to need these people, then you're going to go like, what happened? This is the most messed up part. The roof where this this assassin was less than 150 meters away, 164 yards. So we talk about in terms of feet. Oh wow. I say about a little bit more than 500 feet, I think. That's amazing, folks. That's amazing. That is just wow. Wow. Well, like I said, the Minnesota Freedom Fund, that's just one. But come out, issue for justice, I beg to differ. You also heard about what Trump said before January 6th, acting all that fun stuff. But what talks about the bail on January 6th? Let's talk about that as well. As one Wolfer says, let's go to the video.
To ask you about January 6th. You've called yourself the candidate of law and order. Yeah. When Time Magazine asked you if you would consider pardoning all the rioters, you said, yes, absolutely. Sure. You called them patriots. 140 police officers were assaulted that day. Their injuries included broken bones, at least one officer lost an eye, one had 2 cracked ribs, 2 smashed spinal discs, another had a stroke. Were the people who assaulted those 140 officers, including those I just mentioned, patriots who deserve pardons?
Well, let me bring it back to modern day. Like about 5 days ago, we had an attack on the Capitol, a horrible attack on the Capitol. You saw the people that were protesting and spraying these incredible monuments, bells, lions, all these magnificent limestone and granite with red paint, red spray paint, that will never actually come off, especially in.
Now, Washington tries to say, no, let's focus on January 6th. You don't want to talk about what's going on now, and I bet you're going to go back to what happened before he got elected. He tried to bring that back. She don't want to talk about that. She will stay focused on it. But as far as she's concerned, what happened before Trump was elected, all the riots and protests before, during the 4 years Trump was in office, it did not happen. She tried to stay focused on January 6th, and that's it. She tried to paint the image. But here's the thing, though. Apparently, she didn't see the video of Trump saying to go there peacefully and patriotically. She didn't hear that, or be that she don't want to hear it. But let's go on.
In the limestone, it will never. I'm a builder. I know about this stuff. It'll never. You'll see it in 100 years from now. They viciously attacked our government. They fought with police. They fought with them much more openly than I saw on January 6th. What's going to happen to those people? What's going to happen to the people in Portland that destroyed that city?
But sir, my question is on those.
What's going to happen to
my
the
question
people
is
that
on
tried
those
to
rioters who assaulted officers.
You have to
would you pardon
what's
those
going to
people?
happen? Oh, absolutely, I would.
You
if
would
they're
pardon
innocent,
those?
If they're innocent, I would.
Okay, key words. If they're innocent, in other words, those people who assaulted the cops, who brought injury to the cops, they're going to prison. And they caused damage to the Capitol, they're going to prison. Key word, if they're innocent. He just said it. But watch her reaction.
Pardon them.
They've been convicted.
And by the way, the Supreme Court just they were convicted by a very tough system. How come the people that tried to burn down Minneapolis, how come the people that took over a large percentage of Seattle, how come nothing happened to them? How come the people
sir, we're talking about people that were seen beating officers with flagpoles, dragging them down the stairs. They're on video. Have you seen that video, sir?
Oh, really? Well,
you would pardon those rioters?
They shot a young lady in the face who was protesting. They shot her in the face. Nobody died that day. You do know that. But people died in Seattle. Nobody died, but people died in Minneapolis. People died in Minneapolis. And nothing happens, and nobody ever talks, and nothing happens to those people. But you went after the J6 people with.
Of course. So basically, what happened in the past before January 6th doesn't matter. You got the Minnesota Freedom Fund that bail these people out. They go to the present, where you got the Israeli-Palestinian protests, pretty much vandalizing, trashing the Capitol. You don't hear a word about them. You might see it, but you don't hear about it. But when it comes to J6, they focus. It's like, oh, those people are a true threat to democracy. They will destroy this country. Yeah.
The vengeance. And I'll tell you what about the cops that were, and I'm all for the police, as you know, but what about the police that are ushering everybody into the Capitol? Go in, go in, go in. What about that? Look. Nothing is perfect in life, but you have people from Minneapolis, you have people just from 5 days ago in Washington, D.C. They were having fistfights and fighting with the police. They were spraying and destroying. They were desecrating our monuments in Washington, D.C. 5 days ago, and nothing happened to them. And you can't have two systems of justice. That's why they went after me as a political opponent, because they felt they couldn't win without doing that. And we're going to win our cases, and we're going to be vindicated. But I have to spend a lot of time on that and money. That's what they want. After the election, they won't care. Although in my case, I think they probably will, because the hatred is pretty deep. But I'll tell you, they went after me as a political opponent. That's never happened in our country before, and it sets a terrible, terrible precedent.
Scary, huh? Well, it's reality. Trump is the ultimate disruptor. Trump is like the guy, like, once you fix your car, it stays fixed permanently. The established politicians, they fix your car, it works for a little bit, it breaks down, you go bring it back to the politician, they charge you a fee, the car works for a little bit, well, maybe like, say, 4 years. And it works a little bit, breaks down, 4 years later, and then the vicious cycle goes on and on and on. But like I said, ever since COVID, and these politicians got a taste of real power of controlling people, they got that taste, they got the real taste of it, And they were very, very, very reluctant to let go of that tape, to let go of that power. They don't want to let go of that power for anything, though. And I was like, oh, they want to give us freedom. Yeah, they will give us freedom as they see fit. Period. But the sad thing is, like, they will come when things really come down, crashing down on people, it's going to suck. But speaking of chaos and protests, these Democrats like it sounds like they are, walk on the side of angels, and while the Republicans are Satan themselves, and I think it's high time to show them what they're about. This is what I'm talking about before January 6th, because people got this overinflated view of Democrats being these great messiahs, but that's not the case. So check this out right now.
Some video to play that highlights some of what I'm talking about. I preface this video by noting I am not showing you this video as some excuse for Mr. Trump's speech. This is not whataboutism. I am showing you this to make the point that all political speech must be protected.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Hold it. Let me go back a sec.
Uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
There needs to be unrest in the streets. Next.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have
what? Whoa. Time out?
Uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch.
You just heard Nancy Pelosi is citing something about violence, throwing a punch? But they're losing their mind on January 6th. I'm not saying January 6th is Satan like that. The people who broke the law should be punished. But some for reason, you got this politician inciting violence. But we don't want to talk about it. We all have an amnesia all of a sudden.
Have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd
Joe Biden throw it down against Trump. I'm sorry. I'll bet your salary that Trump would lay out Biden with a heartbeat. Or Trump would say, hey, what this ice cream? Smack. Wow.
take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out.
Did that sound like a death threat? I know it's not for a date. Did Maxie Wars made like a possible death threat to Donald Trump? Keyword possible. You got this one here.
Out now.
Okay. When was the last time?
Take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Now, mind you, she was on video saying it. Now, Trump would say something like that. Oh, that's a death threat. Send him to prison. But it says Maxine Waters said it. Oh, she just a silly old woman. Yeah, right. And I forgot this woman's name. I think she's Pocahontas, whatever the heck race she claims to be. Yeah.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
That was John Wilkes Booth, Johnny Depp. No one, I feel bad you got done dirty by Amber Heard, but the fact you say that makes you no better than her. Like I said, it turns you as an actor, yeah, I got respect for you, but as a human being, you suck. So, in a way, maybe deserve to be laying down on Amber Heard's turds. Like I said, I respect your actor, but as a human being, Mr. Depp, you suck. Plain and simple. I still feel bad for you in that sense, but as a human being, because no man should be like accused of a crime, but you know what it feels like. But the fact you made such a bold statement, because here's my question. What if someone said it like that against Biden? Oh, he's one of those crazy Trump supporters. He's all about God, guns, and less government. How these people should be in the re-education camp. Wow. Whoever says stuff like that, they are really, really, really are for communism. Translation, it's all about the government and not about the individual. and nothing about God. They don't want God in the equation. But I digress.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. Show me.
No one's talking about that person. And a bullet almost took out Trump, but Trump saved his own life. Then you got this clown, Cuomo.
Where it says that protests are supposed to be polite.
No one's talking about it. You're quick to talk about January 6th, but what about the politicians like the Democrats who are pretty much inciting violence, but no one's talking about it? No one want to talk about that, do they? As far as they're concerned, it does not exist. But January 6th is the most realist reality.
And peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
So you try to pull on, so Madonna, I cannot, will not, refuse to take it seriously. Number one, you have a body count that pretty much equals to several football teams of all likelihood. You're pretty much like, if you were to get a tattoo for every guy you've been with, your body be covered in tattoos. Seriously. And talk about blowing up the White House. We talk about a 9/11 threat. Are you serious? So what if a pro-Trumper says something like that? Oh my goodness, throw this one in prison. He'd make a terroristic threat here. But once again, no one talks about it.
Please get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch. I want to tell you, Kavanaugh. You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
Sounds like a threat. But yet, no one wants to talk about it. No one. And then later on, after Trump almost got killed, oh, we got to lower the rhetoric. We got to lower it. Too late. As Billy Joel was saying, we didn't start the fire. You people not only start the fire, you start napalming people who don't agree with you. Are you serious?
We're going to go in there. We're going to impeach the. Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful.
No, you be careful. Yep, I'm rocking this. As The Rock would say, this. Nothing else needs to be said. I like the idea of being threatened and being told what to do like I'm some type of cattle. You see, I'm one of those who's not afraid to walk away from the Democratic plantation, from the Democratic matrix. I'm not Neo, I'm not Morpheus, but I'm not afraid to walk away from this corrupt matrix.
Walk lightly. And for
no, I'm not going to walk lightly. I'm going to walk Pantera style. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Look up the song Walk by Pantera.
those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you
Another threat. No one wants to talk about it.
had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Let that be a Republican and you will catch so much heat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. But I love to be surprised, but I'm not that surprised. And that was Kamala Harris. Miss for law and order, right. Tell it to this man right here who will strongly disagree. His name is Jamal Love. Here to give you a complete different story about Miss Harris and how she is for law and order. Let him tell you his story right now.
In 2008, I was framed for murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris, sentenced 50 to life in prison. It took me 5.5 years to ultimately get back in the trial due to prosecutorial misconduct, and it took me another year to go to my second trial, to which I was vindicated by a jury of my peers. When I got convicted, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I got sentenced 50 to life in prison, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I look back and I seen her, she was smiling. And she did that stupid ass laugh that she do right now. This shit ain't funny.
That's true. It's not. You cost a man some years of his life. But let me see if I'm correct. Let me see if I can find it. Cost a man about 5-6 years of his life. But guess what? You had to pay the man. Yeah, you got to pay the man. I think if I'm correct, I think he got paid about close to $14-15 million for the man being wrongfully convicted. Let me see if I got that in there about yeah, I didn't put that in. Let me get this one here. Because that's kind of scary. You'll be wrongfully convicted for a crime you didn't commit. But you know what? It cost California some money. Yes, it did. It cost him a lot of money because you took away, all because this man's trying to get his life in order. And I didn't know the guy was on I Love New York too, and kicked off the first episode. I didn't know that. If I got find, I gotta look that up. I have no idea, not a clue. Let's see. That's just ridiculous. But sad thing is, Kamala Harris, I don't think she has zero regrets about put this guy in prison. She has zero regrets. Would you say, oh, mistakes were made? Yeah, right. But you know what, though? It cost him. It cost him a lot of money. I think the guy got paid close to about maybe, I was probably like close to $14 or $15 million, period. But here we go. And he won $13.1 million payout for the city of San Francisco. Yep, like I said, that's Kamala Harris for you. But yet, you're super hot to have her as president and putting an instrument. You think he's going to be quiet about it? Oh, trust me. I hope Trump has him, have a one-on-one with the dude, and him and Trump talks. It's going to be epic. And I can't wait for the first debate. It's going to be on Fox News. Good. Because last time he was on CNN, it was a joke. CNN, once again, stacking the deck against Trump. Again. They're trying to put it on Fox. Good. Good. That's like so annoying. You have no idea. But what else I want to talk about before this is done over? Yeah, 2 more subjects and that's it. You got the Palestinian protest class with Metro Police in D.C. doing I think it's Democratic National Convention, I think last year, I think. Check this out. Okay. Democratic National Committee headquarters.
Get back, guys. Violent motherfuckers. It's a violent motherfucker. Let me shut my cameras off. I see. Hey!
My question though, like how many of those police officers got hurt? How many? And those protesters, did any of them get arrested? How many? It's kind of funny how the mainstream media is not so quick to talk about it that much. Now, once again, January 6th, they was on that thing like stink on crap. They were on that every day for days, weeks at a time, January 6th, but other protests, not so much. Even if they do talk about it, they find ways to downplay it. I'm gonna talk about like one more thing, then I'm gonna leave that, you know, for the moment, because I'm gonna do one more live stream at 9 o'clock. I'll probably play like one clip. It's gonna be like, what's the difference between like Amber Rose or the RNC and Meg Thee Stallion for Kamala Harris. That's gonna be at 9 o'clock. You gotta be there for that one, because I'm going like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. This last one, you know, this is for the patriot within us. You gotta check this out.
Flag has been set aflame until this hero steps in. He bravely grabs the flag out of the fire and then flees into the crowd of anti-Israel protesters outside Washington's Union Station. Look, they immediately go after.
This took place in Manhattan, near Union Station. I know that area.
After him, the man finally flees to safety. All that's left is a small piece of the charred flag in his.
That's a good man who puts himself in grave danger to save a symbol of America.
Hand. He tries to catch his breath.
They ripped the rest of it out of my hand, man. I'm ashamed.
I saw it. I got the whole thing.
Well, I'm ashamed I didn't stop and go back and get the rest of it.
Well, I don't think you would have lasted very long in there.
So who was the proud patriot? He's asking to remain anonymous for fears of his personal safety. We do know he's a lawyer. He agreed to talk to a reporter, but insisted his face.
A lawyer. Here we go. Please tell me he's a top-rung lawyer. Please tell me he's a top-rung lawyer. Please.
He scribbled out in black.
That was not an attorney thing that you did right there. That was something that I think a lot of Americans will appreciate.
We spoke to Richie McGinnis, who shot the harrowing video.
He scooped up the flag and sprinted out of there, and I was, number one, amazed with his breakaway speed.
Okay. Make that two people. The guy who grabbed the burning flag and the guy who filmed the video of him running for his life right behind him. That's guts too, because he could have been jumped just by association. Thumbs up for the two gentlemen who put their necks on the line, you know, just to save the American flag.
Number two, out of it.
Yesterday's flag burning incident is sparking a wave of anger across America.
The burning of the American flag, things like that.
Wow, they're reporting on CNN? Now that's a shocker. You think CNN would support like, oh, just freedom of expression, but they had no choice because a lot of Americans saying like, not in my country. CNN, well, as of late, CNN had no choice but to actually report actual facts and news, not sensationalism to get people riled up. I'm happy about that. At least CNN is trying to go in the right direction. How long will that last? That's another question.
Had no place in a peaceful demonstrations.
If they come to Texas and try to do the same thing, we will throw their butts in jail.
Thank you. Thank you, Ted Cruz. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The day of rage ended, the American flag was hoisted once again at Union Station.
Yes, as it should. As it should. I got a question though. Before I end this live stream, I got a simple question for you folks. How is it that when it comes to burning the American flag, it's a freedom of expression? To me, that's pretty abhorrent. But you burn any other flag from another nation, maybe China, Russia, Pakistan, Iran, it's a hate crime. Why is that? I know it's going on. Woo, almost 2 hours. I really ran my mouth today. Well, folks, you want to stay tuned around 9 o'clock. Well, trust me, I got round 2. And if things go right, there might be a round 3 at about 5 o'clock tomorrow. But be ready for 9 o'clock for another live streaming. I want to thank you once again, folks. Thank you so much. I'm going to end this. And